As the world focuses on COVID-19, its awareness, prevention and treatment, other diseases have been sidelined. Now, despite aggressive efforts to fight and create awareness on HIV and AIDS, it is reported that 15 counties in Kenya have drawn back on gains earlier made and now witnessing high infections according to the Kenya AIDS Strategic Framework 2 report. Our reporter Harry Chimea brings us the story of Juliet living with HIV and AIDS and reports on the low awareness surrounding the condition.
I have been living with HIV for 18 years and I'm still alive and pursuing my dreams. HIV is not a life sentence.
Brightly smiling and positive about life, Juliet Awar shares her story.
I was infected with HIV at the age of 17. I was in high school and my first boyfriend is the one who infected me with HIV. I came to discover that I was HIV positive when we went to hospital. When I went to hospital, I was tested for HIV, found to be HIV positive, found to be pregnant, and I had the STI.
Having lost her child, suffering a stroke that caused disability on her right hand and experienced stigma, she rose above her situation and says the challenges are numerous.
I would go for interviews and employers would think that my disability would stand in the way of my productivity. So I missed out a lot. I volunteered with very many programs, built my CV, but then my first real paying job was at 31. The other challenge is the self-stigma. The self-stigma is the one is what caused even my baby to die, because my baby must have gotten infected with HIV. Right now he would have been 18 years old. Then my self-esteem went low, even though I had achieved all these things.
She now fearlessly advocates for those living with HIV and urges that the mass should be educated on HIV and AIDS. Douglas Kibanda, a HIV program coordinator, says stigma needs to stop and the discussions need to be revived so as to create more awareness.
We have kind of more or less like immoralized HIV, and it's not that everyone gets HIV through that avenue. Majority of our young ones, particularly, you find that unfortunately may have gotten it even from things, maybe ways such as mother-child transmission. So really, we want to remove that caveat that when you talk about HIV, it's associated with immorality. That's not the case. Right now, most of the new infections are within the age group of 15 to 24 years. These are our young people who need to be educated to understand that, yes, in that population, one may be vibrant, may be taking risks. But remember, HIV does not know your age bracket. Anyone will get infected. So, yes, we have a cultural shift away from abstinence and the thinking that even if I get the HIV virus, there are treatments. But we need to think broadly beyond that. What happens to you beyond that? So educating our young people from the family setup, and I would want to emphasize this, from the family, it's very important to do it so that they understand, so that it doesn't seem it's an agenda of the healthcare system or so. But we understand that when you look at the family setup right now, matters of sex education are a bit remote. Parents don't feel comfortable discussing about it. But I can assure you, that is where the battle has to begin from. Families have to discuss these matters.
Moreover, it is highly unlikely to transmit the virus if one's viral load is low, or rather undetectable.
I am now undetectable. My viral load, it's undetectable. So, and when somebody is undetectable, there's a very minimal chance. You cannot transmit HIV to a baby. You cannot transmit HIV to your partner, which people do not understand this concept.
In Kenya, it is estimated that 1.5 million people are living with HIV and AIDS, and the war against the disease is far from over, and therefore more efforts are needed towards combating HIV and AIDS. Harechimea reporting for Switch TV.